Hello, 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 everybody. It's Friday. It's the holiday weekend. Everybody done bought their ribs. They should have them soaking. Have you pulled the fat off of them? And, you know, we're going to barbecue us some ribs and hot links, chicken. Events that's going on in Chicago is the Chosen Few. That will be tomorrow in Jackson Park. If you love house music or a house hand, hope to see you out there. Just come in to do a Friday night chat. See how people are feeling. Rob was sentenced to 30 years. I know everybody's still partying, those that hate him. So, um, Monday is the holiday. So I'm just challenging everybody that wanted Rob to go to prison. I want them to go tell on the uncle, the cousins, everybody. I want them Tuesday morning to go and press charges against the abuser, the person that abused you. Go tell on the family members. Go tell on that touchy feely uncle. That's my challenge to everybody that wanted Rob locked up. I need you to go turn in people. See, we want this fair. What's good for Rob should be good for everybody. What's good for Rob should be good for everybody. Such selective outrage. You want to mute his music. And this country was built on a lie. Oh, I forgot. While you want to mute R. Kelly's music, hold on. Something went down the wrong pipe. What about James Cleveland? Hold up. What about James Cleveland? African Bambasca. Most gospel music was made by men that are homosexuals. Are you going to stop singing, praising gospel music that James Cleveland wrote? You know, black people, y'all such hypocrites. The same damage that you want done, and now that R. Kelly has been convicted, I need everybody to take that same energy and go after other people. You should not let this stop with Rob. I wish some of y'all would come to Illinois and find out about these 700 priests, Catholic priests in one state that they allegedly changed the statute of limitations for, but they only arrested Rob. I got a job for all of y'all that wanted R. Kelly, all of y'all that speak for the victims. You want to see victims get justice. Well, I need you to come to Illinois, deal with the Catholic priest. Hey, don't stop here. Don't stop here because I'm going to get on board with you. I want the same treatment done to the Catholic priest, the touchy uncle, the cousins, everybody else. We're not going to discriminate, right? It ain't over because R. Kelly's in jail. This type of behavior still continues. What you going to do about it? What are you going to do since you advocated so hard for Rob to go to jail? He's been found guilty and convicted. We're not stopping here, right? No. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. So y'all done started shit, so let's be the shit. Take that energy. Keep that energy going. If you are really an advocate for victims that have been allegedly molested, traumatized, don't stop with Rob. Keep it going. Stop being hypocrites. Go file police report on your family members, your cousins, pastors in the church. Don't stop. If this is truly your passion and truly what you are working on, it don't stop here. So who are the YouTube people going to go after next? This behavior doesn't stop because Rob's been arrested and put in jail. What are you people going to do? Let me know the plan. Because at this point, if I hear anybody abusing somebody, I'm calling the police. Just because R. Kelly was arrested, found guilty, now faces 30 years from New York, he still has to go to Chicago for a trial. This type of behavior does not stop. What are you going to do? I mean, If you're an advocate, if you advocated for victims, it shouldn't stop here. You got to keep this shit going. You got to go ahead and family members arrested. Don't stop here. Don't stop here, people. I just want to see people get arrested, more people. To bring this out on the forefront. I want you black people that so care about black girls. I want you to turn in. Hey, hey, Queen, how you doing? I'm sure you know R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years. I'm just saying, everybody that wanted him to be locked up, don't stop with him. You know, go after everybody. Go after everybody. Black people are such hypocrites. We have selective outrage. Yeah, of course. But yeah, Queen Joseph, nobody that was around him, none of them people was his friends. They didn't care. They say, oh, nobody wants to blame him. Well, when you've been abused, you're a victim. Nobody protected him as a child. And I'm so sick of hearing everybody, just because somebody's been abused, don't mean they gonna become abusive. How do you know? How do you know? Since R. Kelly has been convicted, he now faces 30 years in New York. I need people, everybody that want him arrested, don't stop. You got to keep going. What's good for Rob should be good for everybody. You say mute his music, mute James Cleveland music, mute African Bambaataa. He did more harm. He raped little boys. He was the pioneer of hip hop. Black people, selective outrage. Black people, selective outrage. I did a show earlier this morning, the Friday with Friday recap with Beach Sparrow. I do it every Friday. And she asked this question. This is what made me think about coming on here. We didn't see white people talking about Harvey Weinstein. His movies are still being shown. Miramax. But you talking about R. Kelly music, listening to his music. makes you sick and you don't want to do this and do that. Selective outrage, you black people. Selective outrage. Again, my challenge to everybody. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a hashtag. Have you told on your. Hold on. Are you are you going to the police station? Come to, because we can't stop. If you were advocate, if you were advocating for victims in the R. Kelly case, then you need to start advocating for all victims. I don't need you to stop. You can't stop now. You started something. So don't be a hypocrite. You go have your daddy, your stepdaddy, your cousin. You go get these people arrested. Your job is not done. But see, you didn't know right, so you didn't care. You talked about him like a dog. What you gonna do when are you going to have your family member arrested? I'm just asking simple questions. I'm just asking people that wanted him arrested. Like, it didn't end, right? You're still advocating for victims that have been violated, sexually abused by an older man. It don't stop now. You got to keep it going. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. But y'all started it. So keep the shit going. Keep the shit going. When they pick up your family member, your son, your favorite uncle, your great pastor, you're going to turn them in, right? You're going to turn them in, right? Hey, B Sparrow, I was telling people, I was just sitting here and I thought about what you said in the show earlier. Do we see white people talking about Harvey Weinstein the way they did R. Kelly? And no. So B Sparrow and we do a Friday recap show. This has been an emotional week for me. Well, really 2 weeks because I was feeling down coming up to the point. And so we are going to be back on track Friday. We will have people that have made t-shirts for us. We will be advertising their products. We will have the people come on the show and talk about what they're doing. We are trying to help all small business people. We're trying to help them grow. If you are selling a book, making t-shirts, just send us one and we'll talk about you and bring you on the show. Also, we want to bring more awareness to Black women's health. We are blessed to have Bee's daughter, Candace. She is on board helping us. We need youngsters because I'm going to tell you, my brain don't function like it used to. I'll be 60 August 13th. And this hard keeping up with all of these programs, all of these apps. Microsoft got this, Google got this. I mean, this, yeah. Like, you know, one person thinks this program is great because they using another program. I just need simple things. Yeah, simple things. But what we are going to do is we really trying to build up and trying to support people and let people and let people know how the enemy works, how they come in to seek and destroy. The enemy comes in to seek and destroy. The minute you start getting a following on YouTube and you're doing great, you're talking to people, you're living out dreams that you had, here comes a whole new set of devils. Again, when you finally think that you got the right people in your corner and you're going to really start living out some dreams that you had, here comes the devil sending in people to seek and destroy. But I'm here to tell you that you can still keep going on. No matter what the people say, I'm going to love you anyway. Hey, together we break the chain. Again, if you don't know that once you reach a certain plateau in your life, hey, Big VY, I posted the link if anybody wants to come up. The minute you reach a certain plateau in your life, you are going to receive new devils and new enemies. We had a boy to be arrested this week. Yeah, he made a mistake. He made a mistake. He was rude. He was disrespectful. He was this and he was that. But still, I remember the person that I know and they were very nice to me. And I try to tell people it ain't good to talk about people. That karma bus, the karma. See, it don't, sometimes karma waits. Karma is a bad bitch. Okay, hold on. I'm adding goddess.
Hello,
Hey,
how are you?
lady,
Hey, how are you, beautiful, beautiful woman of the
how
Lord?
are
How are
you
you feeling?
doing?
You know what? Actually, right now,
I'm
I
feeling kind
am. Yeah, I won't complain. I'm actually on a job. I'm cleaning and getting somebody giving them a nice area to live in. You know what I mean? Putting a little love in their heart. And so, yeah, that's what I'm
of.
doing. Yeah.
Right,
Yes,
right.
I'm helping out one of our sisters. One of our sisters decided to use our cleaning business, and so now we are here to do the work.
Okay. So what I'm gonna need you to do is hit up Beach Sparrow Talk or inbox me, and then we will talk about your business in our
Okay,
show. Okay.
absolutely.
Cause
Yes,
that's what we want to do. That this
yes,
is something. Be Sparrow. Actually, I started off going on Be Sparrow talk shows.
oh, really?
She had, yeah, I started off that because I had always wanted to do talk too.
Yeah, and
Yeah. And
thank you for being so supportive of me sharing my content, and I share yours as well. And one thing I can say is I can depend on you to get a message out there. So I appreciate you doing your due diligence and putting the positive out there. You know what I mean?
I share everybody's shows when they come on and I get a notification. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning and I share their shows. Ain't no
Yes,
jealous spirit over here. I'm at this point in my life, I am glad to still be living.
yes. You better say that again. Amen.
I am glad to be living.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try to help. Well, I've always done that. But I don't have nothing to do all day if I'm not partying.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
listen, about your topic, I feel like black people do have selective outrage, and
Yeah, we do.
the black woman is always looked over. You know, the black woman is always uh, not believed when she comes forward and say, "Oh, something happened to me." There has to be, "Oh, well, it has to be dissected," instead of us
Right.
believing this woman at face value. And I feel like
Well,
that's a
see,
problem.
right. And this is what I was trying to tell people
Hmm.
that we've got to come together and start talking about these issues.
We
We
do.
got to talk about how childhood trauma has messed up people. They don't even, you know, childhood trauma and slavery still affects black people today.
Hmm.
And
It's
see,
interesting you said that because I just did an interview with a young lady, and the name of it was Scars That Are Unseen. And so that's
oh,
trauma, that's pain, or whatever it is, because you could see a sister out, she's smiling, you think she's got it all going on. But that sister's scarred and she's going through life without support, without without being judged, you know, because when some people, and I can say this in our community as Black women, we'll be vulnerable to maybe a friend or a family or something like that, and then they'll turn around and throw it in our face.
Oh, girl. Oh, you preaching now.
You hear
I
me?
gotta pass you the road.
Yes. And so that is a problem as well. And so this is another thing to look out for. You know, Black women are so quick to make an excuse for a man. We got to stop that. That same energy that you have to support and fight for that man and his innocence when he go down the road, you know he committed that crime, and you gonna still be there at the court date putting money on his books. We need you to show up for our sisters in that same manner.
Yeah. And see, you know, we knew God personally.
Yeah,
This
you
was
got to
a past.
include God in everything. Yes, without Him, nothing is
And
possible.
so, and so, it was a different story for me. You
Oh,
know.
tell us about it.
Well, no, I'm just saying this ain't you know. I never look at him as a monster. That ain't the person I know.
Right.
I know a loving, I know a loving man.
You better say it. Come on.
And you want me to believe it took them 30 years? 30 years? And you know, everybody's jumping up and down for joy. I just challenge everybody that wanted him arrested. You say you was advocating for victims. I don't want it to stop with rap. Don't stop now. Y'all got to keep going.
Absolutely.
You got to keep going. If you was out to make sure R. Kelly went to jail, he was found guilty, and he was given 30 years in New York. So, like I say, don't start no shit, won't be no shit, but finish your shit. So don't stop with him. I need you to go turn in your family member. I want you, anybody that molested you, I need you to go and press charges on them. We want this fair all across the board. If we advocating for victims and Black women, we want everybody to suffer the consequences. I don't want to hear this selective outrage.
Well, let me just say this: on some cases, the statute of limitations have went so far, but we have to also address this. I believe the reason why some people have kept it, you know, in the Black community have kept it hush hush is because we have been taught whatever goes on in this house stays in this house. And so there's
Right.
a lot of other information that we have. I call that a generational curse, a generational misinformation that's been passed down, passed down, passed down. And so I would say the first thing is go speak to a therapist and deal with those issues. And it's okay to not be okay, my love. But
Oh,
it's
this
not
is what I
okay for
tell
you to
people.
go out and bleed on people that did not cut you.
Right.
And I'm gonna put you on mute because I'm over here cleaning, but I'm listening to. So
Oh,
whenever
okay.
you,
That's
yeah, whenever
fine.
you,
Just yeah.
no, whenever you
And
need me in the
so
engage, I'll come off your
yeah,
mute.
And mental illness is so real in the Black community. Now, B Sparrow she made a comment that her primary doctor charges everything to her age or menopause. No, that's not always true. Sometimes the food we eat can be bad. People have acid reflux. I mean, it's just so much. Like sometimes you might have to change your whole diet. Black women, we are the most powerful people on the earth. Check your history. We have to deal with our black men that's been raised in environments that was unhealthy. We got to deal with the ones that has the drinking, substance abuse problem, didn't get love problem. We support our black men with all that we have. A true black woman. But again, if anybody is doing any wrong shit and you don't talk to them or try to jam them up, you ain't shit. You ain't your brother or your sister keeper. If you know somebody out here doing some shit and you do nothing, black women, we have all kind of men lusting at us, of all races too. Oh, they just so, they want to touch our hair. Oh, you did this to your hair? It was this color last week. Don't touch my hair. We got to go sit in meetings and we know they talking about black people, the conversation, why they haven't advanced, why they don't own nothing. This R. Kelly case, this case has everything what's wrong with the black families and the black community in this. Greed, the love of money. I'm going to turn my head. It's awful. But like I said, I just want everybody, we can have selective outrage. See, because I'm angry. I'm upset. Because there was 700 priests in the state of Illinois that we know nothing about. We don't know where they're at. I didn't see a lot of them get arrested. I didn't see boy victims coming out, altar boys. I didn't see none of this in the Catholic churches. I didn't see none of this on TV. I didn't see people standing in front of parishes saying, don't go to this parish. I didn't see this type of behavior for them folks. But I saw everybody, including my people, say, don't buy this man's music. Don't do this. Don't do that. You openly talked about him, what he should do, what he shouldn't have did, and ain't none of y'all psychiatrists. Ain't none of y'all done studied the brain. Most people that are gifted and geniuses have problems. Can you imagine being these geniuses? You don't even know what's going on in your own brain. But oh, lock them up, throw away the key. But yet you know your uncle, your cousin, your brother, your sister, your auntie is the messed up somebody else's life, but you ain't reporting them. I want them to stop and say, hey, we're not gonna play James Cleveland music. It's gospel music. Every artist, every Hollywood star, actors, actresses, these people are human beings. They are of flesh. You have made them like these people can't do anything. They can't do any wrong. They are of flesh. They like me, you, and anybody else, but they just got money and fame, and they got a whole different set of devils around them. I'm so sick of black people. Keep this hush hush. You done fought each other the night before and then can't even talk about it. You go sit down at a table and eat dinner with these people and act like ain't nothing happened. Do you know how draining that can be? How emotional that can be? Running around keeping shit hush hush. Do you know what that does to the body? Holding back stuff that you should talk about. Nobody wants to communicate anymore. Nobody wants to talk. Everybody wants to curse everybody out. Nobody wants to listen. Black people are the most disrespectful, no values, no morals. You can't respect other people's opinions. You want to fight about everything. You want to get loud about everything. You look at videos right now. You look at videos of how these kids are out of control. The police can't even handle them up there in Chicago. See, we don't respect ourselves enough to even come together. You got people telling people because they talk to somebody, don't support them, and you idiots, you follow them like they God. You that easy, you that gullible, you ain't shit. If somebody can tell you to stop talking to a person because who they talk to, you ain't shit. It's like you following behind a coat. You can have a blogger tell people, don't follow this person and do that. That's like being a coach. If you sit up there and do that thing, you made that person, that blogger, a cult leader, and you are living in a cult. When somebody can tell you, don't talk to this person because they talk to that person, you stop following them on YouTube and any other aspects of life, you ain't shit but a damn stupid ass follower. Together We Break the Chain said, I did some research on a Catholic priest that fooled with children. Before they get caught, they send them to third world countries so they won't be prosecuted. And this is what I'm saying. They look out for their people. They gonna send them away. They gonna do everything. But we need to start addressing shit that's happening in the Black community and the homes. And trust me, just because R. Kelly was arrested and found guilty and sentenced to 30 years, this type of behavior is not going to stop. So I'm just trying to ask people, what are you going to do? You know, everybody that advocated for this man to be arrested, put in jail, everybody that was for the victim, I just want the work to continue. Don't stop with Rob. If this is your okay, well, Steve Gilmore, these black folks we have now that come up, this is just what they do. If one person don't like you, they tell you, oh, don't like them. They don't even know the whole story. Because trust me, people I done talked to, they done did something to me. I ain't did nothing to them. I didn't dance to their music because I'm a real grown woman over here. If you a shit starter, I left your ass alone. If you a liar, I left your ass alone. When I found out about you, I had people call me, talk about the problem, tried to help them, tell them what real women do, and they flipped the script on me. Told me I was messy and everything, but you called me. These are the type of people that the devil sends to keep you off course. Hell no, I'm gonna stay on YouTube if I want to be on here 3 times a day. One monkey don't stop this show, and you the first, and these the first black folks, the first people. I ain't I ain't about that life. I'm trying to do this and do that. Y'all ain't shit but a bunch of followers. A lot of you people ain't shit. Somebody can give you $20 and you tell a lie on them. Don't none of y'all try to help y'all people. But you'll get on every channel and talk about them like they a dog. Don't talk to her. Don't talk to her because she talked to them. You know, we want to control people that we ain't even doing nothing with, nothing for. You ain't even trying to be a friend to them. You're their enemy. Black people. Lil Dubowski sitting in jail. People tried to talk to him, but you had more people co-signing his behavior. So all of you that co-sign that bullshit, what y'all gonna do to help him? Y'all thought it was cute. Y'all thought it was cute for him to be disrespectful. Talk all this shit. Now he's been arrested and in jail. What are you people going to do that was in his chat, enticing him, keeping shit going, instead of telling the man, we ain't going along with this? I stopped when it came to the mama shit, but y'all still continue. You messy, drama, dirty people. And half of y'all want to claim y'all into church. I do this, I do that. That ain't no godly shit. I always give you a warning about my experience with the person that did me wrong. But I also tell them my story is not yours. Just be careful. This is the only advice I give to people. Girl, I done had folks. I can't even begin. You know, for the past 3 years, my life was turned upside down by a bunch of damn demons and devils. I came in the fight for a person that my family loved, asking people to share a video to show this man as a compassionate man. And all I did was get kicked out of groups. I said Rashonda Landfair was testifying. They had another blogger who they thought was God, couldn't do any wrong. You know, they put their people in place on YouTube, and I still say some of these people were getting paid to cause havoc in the YouTube streets. With this case, to still make him look bad and their own financial gain. Because some people, well, a lot of bloggers done lived good off this man's name for 3 years. You're right, it's a bunch of followers on YouTube. I don't see too many leaders. I see a lot of followers. Yeah, our own people, we're the worst. We're the worst. I don't see them people. You didn't even see people protesting in front of parishes that these Catholic priests have been messing with these boys. You didn't see all of that stuff. You didn't see them people in front of parishes. They came to R. Kelly. They was all down there at the studio. White people. You don't see them. You didn't hear no white people. Did you hear anybody say mute Harvey Weinstein? Mute Jeffrey Epstein? Did you ever hear people say, don't watch any Miramax films because that was Harvey Weinstein's company? Did you ever hear any person say, mute Harvey Weinstein? No. But you sure went in on Rob. Mute his music. Black people are the most hypocritical people on the earth. We jump on bandwagons against our own people. And you don't see them people talking about none of them people. None of they people. They waited until Hugh Hefner died before they did a documentary on him. Once they did Surviving R. Kelly, which I did not watch, just little snippets, and I did my own research. Some of them people were lying. They did the drama, the theatrics. Most documentaries are done after people are dead. But for our people, they doing it right now. So the public opinion can be they're guilty. They never did a documentary on Hugh Hefner until he died. Now you hear all of the stories. With R. Kelly being arrested, jailed, found guilty, given 30 years, Are young girls gonna stop going after men for their money now? Are young girls gonna stop lying about their ages? Are young girls gonna stop dressing up like hoochie mamas? Will most men say no because she's too young? Are men going to say, I don't want my daughter going out dressed like this? We need real men back in the family home. We need real men that hear about this type of behavior and they're going to get a beat down. Are you going to turn your friend in when you know they're doing bad behavior? Or you just turn your head and get money? Some of you people walk around like you untouchable. And like I said, some of these people on these YouTube streets, when they came to this R. Kelly case, they put people in place like nobody else mattered or their opinions didn't matter. They dogged people out, black people, because you felt like and you was the only people that can talk about the case. You only wanted these people to get money. You didn't go to other people's channels promoting their channels. Hello, kicking it with Lulu. You selfish and you some dirty people. It was enough people on YouTube talking about this case where everybody that was for or against should have been able to have a voice, not be doxxed, not be talked about. But people came in with the agenda. You sorry and you some dirty people. You didn't accomplish anything for him but lied to folks. You didn't read the transcripts right. You took what you wanted out the transcripts. You lied about certain things keep people to keep people coming to your channels. Y'all did all of this dirty stuff. Because you decided that, oh, it's only going to be us on these YouTube streets. We the only ones that can talk about pride. What we say is the gospel. And your gospel wasn't nothing but a bunch of damn conspiracy theories. And these motherfuckers got tapes that the friends left there. And nobody, they stole everything, tried to sell it on eBay and left the tapes there. No, he shouldn't have recorded the tapes. We can go there too. He's got his own childhood trauma. But you sat up there and let this man go down. You rambling through everything you can sell on eBay, but you didn't destroy the tapes. And I'm supposed to think you sorry people was his friend. I pray for them girls. Like I say, I hope this can wake people's eyes up. You got to remember, these people that are superstars, y'all done made them like they can't do no wrong. These people are of flesh. They are no different from you and I. They just have money. They just can tour. But they still are human beings. They are not perfect. Counseling is needed for him. And like I tell everybody, this ain't gonna be the end of his story. His story it's gonna have a good ending. I know girls and myself, we went and got fake IDs. I was in the club, the Comfort box. Yeah, we all did a little something, something. But I ain't never lied to throw a man in jail. I didn't lie about my age to fuck a man and then tell him one thing and then later want to tell him my real age. And see, you know, ain't no crime against lying. So it's okay. See, if you gonna fix a problem, why did you lie in the beginning? I don't want to hear what he shouldn't have did, what he should have stopped. Why in the hell did you lie in the beginning? Lying ain't a crime, but look at what lying has cost people. People done lost their jobs from liars, their business for liars. People that was this man's friend and tried to help him, you people dogged out on YouTube. See, innocent or guilty, if you my friend, I'ma support you. But God knows, let me tell you something. If you my friend and I know you doing some fucked up ass shit, baby, I know how to go downtown and what I could do. A real friend gonna tie your hands up where you gonna go get the help that you need, whether it's sex, drugs, alcohol. How many people done told a family member, until you go get some help, don't call me for nothing? You black people, you want accolades for doing the shit that you should be doing anyway. You want accolades. You want people to put you on a pedestal. You say you fighting for injustices? Well, show me what other stuff you done did. Are you volunteering in your community? No, you too busy tearing down people, worrying about who they talking to, because they don't do what you want them to do. Then you get mad and talk about them. Tell them the mess, call them messy and dirty. But you the messy and dirty person. I set up and I wasn't gonna fight with everybody. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. This just a Friday night session, just talking about everything. Most of you black people is the pot calling the kettle black. All of you people done did something. We can't survive in the hood without some help. Half of y'all done lied and got food stamps, unemployment, PPP loans, claiming kids on your income taxes, doing all kind of shit, but you want to talk about the next person. You just ain't been caught. I don't gloat on no black man getting arrested. But y'all like the bullshit. Y'all like people that's going around being disrespectful. You instead of saying, before I let anybody disrespect anybody, I never allow people to disrespect anybody on my channel. I didn't allow anybody to disrespect Lady Alicia, Larry, no matter what they did. I mean, she had her opinion. If you didn't like it, that was your problem. One minute you talked about you can't stand Larry, but then you was doing you on shows talking about Larry, I need you, you need me. Other people had Larry on their channel. Did you tell them don't go to their channels like you did mine? See, I ain't moved by none of y'all. That's why I can talk about this shit. Cause I'm gonna get a check every goddamn month. I didn't come in this fight looking for money or to be accepted. or to be like I was the person. I knew a loving king of R&B. I wanted to be out there in the streets marching for him. Not to be talked about the next day. You had people dissecting everything folks did, the supporters did, like you was running them. You see them other folks at rallies, you got kids, you got grandmamas, aunties, and everything. At the rallies, hell, most of the time they have their fundraising at bars. Them people do with their family and their kids. But you black people tried to make other black people supporting him look like they was scum of the earth. Hold on, I'm gonna mute my mic. Okay, I'm back. So all of you people that did all of this dirty talking, you advocating for this, you're advocating from that, from both sides. Don't stop with this. I need you to continue. If you care so much about your community, what are you doing to help? Other than jumping on bandwagon. If you care so much about your community, if you care so much about girls, are you going to volunteer after school? Are you teaching them? Are you doing etiquette classes? Cut your food properly. What is a salad for? What is a soup spoon? Are you giving them everyday life skills? Since you so cold out here, you know, since y'all was so down for the cause for R. Kelly, what are you doing now? What are you going to do? But still sit around, gossip, and talk about other people and how they should be living. That's all you black people good for. And you get people to get on your go along, get along gang shit. Like you a cult. And that's what it is, cult behavior. Cult behavior allowing a person to tell you who you should talk to and all kind of stupid shit. You all pathetic to me. You're a big joke. I can laugh at all of y'all. And any of the people that follow any of you stupid, insane people. You're a joke. A freaking joke. You're a joke. Y'all to come up with, you got people because they coming up with conspiracy theories and all kind of bullshit. And these motherfuckers got all kind of tape. Innocent or guilty, I support him. Some of you people done even been with the fucking madams and shit. You knew what was going on and acting. Oh, you done put on a good act for 3 years, getting money. What y'all gonna do when they come for you? Cause you people that was trying to identify people on the jury tampering with his case, you think them folks ain't gonna come for you? And then your claim to fame was sitting around. I did everything. I ain't missed the court date. I ain't missed nothing. But you trying to tamper with his case. Oh, this has been a nice 3 years. All you dirty folks. Collected money. Had folks in hotel rooms. I won't even go on that because hell, I don't want them to subpoena me in court. But you know what you did and tried to lie and say it didn't happen that way. I believe half of these people was working with them anyway to see what people's reactions was. You got two faceless women. Ain't nobody done seen, but they got hours of tapes of people talking about they gonna kill each other. You got one talking about write this and say they are terrorists and they doing this, and another one got 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 everybody on tape talking about they gonna we ain't condoning this shit, but you empowered him. Hey, how are you? You black people, you dirty black people. You done ran cons on people that truly loved him and supported him and got money. Con artists at its finest. How was anything gonna ever grow and you niggas was tearing down everything somebody tried to do for him? You got folks defending a person, talking about they cool with them, and in less than 10 hours, you allowing people on your channel to dog them out. And they done just gave a speech. How you they friend? You're their friend. Y'all talk more about R. Kelly. I just asked a question. Why you can't enter everybody's fight? You said they was your friend. 10 hours later, they showed you wasn't shit to them. But these the type of people y'all like. These the type of people y'all embrace. The new fake is real. The new dirty people is real now. This is what the real world, well, this is what black people do. You'll call somebody dirty, messy, but you still doing the same thing. Everybody got skeletons in their closet. Everybody done did something that Lord knows they don't want nothing to be said about that. Some people gonna take a lot of secrets to their graves. They not trying to destroy other people in the process because they shit been fucked up. But everybody ain't like that. Hurt people hurt people. So instead of people saying, oh, we're gonna get some help. Don't get me wrong, I pray about everything. I pray about everything. But I still needed to go to the doctor after I had my breast removed and I was full blown menopause because I became depressed. I was in a bad place. Hold on.
How you been doing, man?
Oh, I've been doing fine. You know, they gave my boy the 30 years.
Yeah, I'm just
You
saying.
saw
It
me
hurt
that
me,
day.
it hurt me too.
Yeah, you saw me that day. I was
I
out
seen
there.
you was upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then for him,
yeah,
I think you do.
yeah. And so you dirty people, you came up with agendas. Let me. Can, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, hey, Miss Lewis, you are very right, Miss April. I don't even want to be on YouTube no more. I got butterflies in my stomach. I ain't going nowhere. I'ma talk my talk. If I want to come on 3 times a day, I ain't going nowhere. And I'ma talk. I got the freedom of speech to talk about anything I want to, and I'ma try to be as respectful as possible. But I ain't going nowhere. I'm trying to empower people, help black businesses, small businesses grow. So I just wanted to come on. I might come on later on tonight. I just, the question I have for people, because it just seemed like the black race, we can talk about our own, bring them down. We want to speak for them. We want to say what they should have did, how they should have acted. And we not psychiatrists. And I don't see nobody saying mute Harvey Weinstein, them other people. Oh yeah, I'll take a few pictures. Gumdrop? Okay. I'm gonna get the color one. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, baby. All you want to do is be YouTube famous. Set your own path. What are you doing outside of YouTube? See, it takes a village to raise a family now. You had grandparents, aunts, uncles talking to the younger ones, telling them, don't do this, don't do that. You can't even, yeah. Some of y'all couldn't even, you won't even listen to people now with y'all disrespectful asses. You so disrespectful. You won't even listen to an adult tell you something. You co-sign people's bullshit. It's fun and games. Because you done let the world know I can tell these stupid, ignorant Negroes anything. I can tell them not to follow this person. And they gonna do it. Because they talk to this person or they think this way. And what have you won? You talking about your golly people don't are any of you your brothers and sisters keepers? No, because some of y'all the gatekeepers. You got people on YouTube that's giving inspirational videos. You got people on YouTube trying to talk, trying to have people have civilized community conversations about the black community. You rather argue, call them names, because they don't like what you don't like. You want folks to entertain every fight. Hey, hey, Atlas, how you doing? I'm just on here talking. I'm just, you know, I'm hoping the people that wanted R. Kelly put in jail, you know, okay, he was found guilty. He was sentenced to 30 years, but your work don't stop. Just because Rob has been arrested, found guilty, and given 30 years, I need some reports. You say you for the victims? Then I need people to go downtown and file reports on their family members, the community. I need them to go protest in front of the Catholic churches. I mean, y'all shouldn't stop here. Y'all got to keep this going because this type of behavior is not going to stop. You need to send little Billy Bob and little Shirley Ann. You need to take them to counseling, get therapy. You don't send them away for the summer and act like ain't nothing happened. We got to start dealing with shit that's going on in these black families, in the black community. We got to stop sweeping shit under the rug. When I went for my 6 weeks of training for the Department of Correction, we had 6 weeks of training. We had to go to this prison, Menard, and do a shakedown. When we arrived at Menard and they popped them doors open and all of those men stepped out, it was nothing but black men. Black men in prison. Some of them probably in there for crimes they didn't even commit. Some in there for crimes they did commit. If you love somebody, if you love somebody and truly care about them, you gonna help them. Mr. Robert Body Halls, do you know before you talk and come in my chat and want to say that, do you know that that is part of childhood trauma, pain and pleasure? So don't come in here talking about what he should have did. You didn't go through his childhood. You didn't experience his trauma. And if you did any research, that type of behavior comes from trauma, Negro. So don't come in here saying what somebody should have done. That's you black people's problems now. Now get the hell out of my chat. I'm asking you nicely because if you did your research, you would know that is from trauma. So get out of my chat. Go do your research, Negro. All you people in the bushes, you listening. If you did your research on geniuses and people that went through childhood trauma, different institutions, that type of behavior comes from childhood trauma. So don't come in here talking your nonsense. You another gatekeeper. You another gatekeeper. So Mr. Robert Bobby Halls, another gatekeeper, another man that talks about black people. He says, I don't even remember white slave owners during 400 years of slavery making black people eat feces. That nigga name and life need to be struck from history for all time. So, Mr. Halls, if you did your research, Negro, that type of behavior is from childhood trauma. Get out of my chat. Please don't come back in here. Go do your research, my brother. Why would we strike him from history? Take your gatekeeping ass on somewhere. Matter of fact, I need you to go turn in all of your family members and everybody that you know that has abused children, Mr. Brother Man. Mr. Brother Man. And I'm so sick of people saying most abuses, they don't turn into abuse. How do you know? How do you know what these people do? What do you know about childhood trauma, Negro, my brother? You gatekeepers. You're another gatekeeper. So I need no. You know what, Mr. Robert Halls, Robert Bobby Halls, if that's your real name, I need you to go out and make reports on every black person that you know, male or female, that has abused children. I need you to keep this bandwagon going. Good morning, Pant, my love from Greece. Hey, I am Queen. How you gonna speak for him? Are you a psychiatrist, Mr. Halls? Are you a psychiatrist and are you a therapist? Are you a psychiatrist to make this type of diagnosis on him? Are you a psychiatrist or a therapist? Are you gonna call for the parents to be arrested that pimp their kids out? Are you going to work on a bill to get past that parents that send their kids to lie about their age? They get to walk around scot free? Are you going to advocate for everybody else to be arrested? We didn't live his life. How many young girls did you mess with? Is this behavior going to stop? Are all older men, they're not going to mess with young girls no more? And who are we? If the parents condone it, who are we to say? So, Mr. Halls, I need you to go advocate for everybody that came from the ghetto that's messing with young girls that know right from wrong. Don't let it stop with him. Keep this shit going. Michael Jackson never had a childhood. He was having sleepovers with little boys. He never had a childhood. So miss me with your BS. And they still talk about Michael Jackson in depth. A overgrown boy that never had a childhood, that was trying to make up for not having a childhood, and they crucified him. Well, Mr. Halls, unfortunately, black people, we don't know how to come together and talk decently. We will hurt people. We'll talk about them. We can set up a meeting right now, Mr. Halls. And people hurt people hurt people. You'll call me all kind of types, say I'm not for women, I'm not for this, because I'm looking at this through the eyes of everybody. The black community, the black families are hurting because we have swept shit under the rug. We had to pretend like nothing happened. We had to stay hush hush. So let's talk about that. In order, in order for people to even have a conversation, you got to deal with childhood trauma first. Mr. Hall says nothing about my life gives me a right to hurt you. Again, people of our flesh, they are not perfect. Some people don't know how to deal with their hurt, with their pain. So when you become a psychiatrist, then you come tell me how a person should act. You're not a psychiatrist. You're not a therapist. You haven't sat down with people that have been hurt by family and they don't know any other way but to hurt other people because hurt people because nobody wants to sit down and say, what you did offended me. Why did I have to be quiet about Billy Bob touching me? Why did I have to keep quiet? Why didn't we turn people in? Why don't we force hands? You put drug dealers, pimps, and shit on pedestals? A drug dealer hurts the black community. So while you were advocating for Rob to be in jail, what about your drug dealing family member? Are you going to go turn him in? Because he's hurting the black community too by selling dope to these people. Are you going to go turn in your drug dealer? Are you going to call and say, this person sells drugs? Are you going to turn in your drug dealing son or family member? Everything that hurts the black community. Are you going to do something about it, Mr. Robert Bobby Hall? Are you out here telling people in the black community to stop doing wrong, come together? We can't even come together and have a meeting because you got some black people that don't like black people because of their religious view. You got black folks saying other black people think they better because they done went to college. They trying to tell you the right thing, right way to go. They trying to build you up economically, trying to advise you on how to manage your money. But y'all dog these type of people out because you say they think they better than you because they've made it. You can't even go back to the black community and say, hey, I made it. I have a friend, Author Teresa Collins, that was abused by her father. Her goal now is to go out and tell everybody her story, how she overcame and how she forgave, how she had to heal to move forward. There's Author Terrence Patillo. That never thought he would see the day that he would be free from drugs. But God, and he goes back and talks to the youth, tells them don't take the path that I took. Everything that glitters ain't gold. So don't come in my chat talking about what somebody should have did, what they should have did, what their behavior, and you know nothing about childhood trauma. You know nothing about people that's walking around here smiling, what they are hurting from. You say y'all want people. Oh, we don't like this man messing with young girls. Well, I don't like murderers. thieves and liars. I don't like people that's disrespectful. So, Mr. Robert Bobby Hall, since you have so much to say about his behavior, you go learn about childhood trauma. Everybody didn't grow up like the Huxtables on TV. Most black people had to run gambling joints, numbers games, just to be able to make it in this United Snakes of America. This whole country was built on a lie. So, Mr. Robert Bobby Hall, are you still watching movies from Miramax? Have you started a mute Harvey Weinstein campaign? While you talking about your brother? Have you tried to talk to young girls and tell them to love themselves? That superstars are just human beings with problems? Have you stopped listening to James Cleveland music, the great gospel artist that was a homosexual? Are you saying mute James Cleveland music? African Bambaataa? I mean, if we're going to do this for one, we got to do it for all. If we're going to come together and you want the black people to come together, then when we going to talk about childhood trauma, shit that went on in the home, people had to act like everything was okay. They had to get up and go to school after being molested by a family member, go to school and be bullied. Some people are, some kids done seen some shit in their lifetime that they'll never forget. But don't nobody want to talk about that. They want to call people names. I was told I can't pray for him and the victims. That's how ignorant people are. We dog out our own. We dog out some of our own family instead of listening to them. Be encouraged. Hello, Panama, my city. So, Mr. Halls, I need to know, are you protecting your black community? Are you turning in the drug dealers? Are you the person you know that's messing with young girls? Did you go call the police on them and tell them what they're doing? You don't know my childhood. And so your life was so perfect. You didn't grow up in a house full of horrors. So you have no, you cannot talk about anybody since your life was so perfect. Mr. Robert Bobby Halls. Your life was so perfect. And I'm glad if you had loving parents that taught you right from wrong, that's great. But everybody don't have your story. So before you talk about them, you learn their story. Since your life was so perfect, not full of generational curses and sweeping everything under the rug, Mr. Halls. So you get the award for having a perfect life. Now get the fuck out of my chat. The black people have had drugs poured in the community. They poured drugs into the black community. We got so much stuff that's not for us. You got the police killing black people, talking about they're fearful for their lives. What the fuck you become a police officer for if you feared for your life? Four black men can't even drive in the vehicle. They can be good, outstanding citizens, and they're going to be pulled over because they're black. You go to the stores to shop, and they follow the black people around. So while every black person is talking about other black people, you're pathetic and a joke. To me, the views expressed on this show is my opinion. Black people used to have rent parties to help people that was going through stuff. to help them pay their rent. Now you got people saying, well, why couldn't they pay their rent? You don't know their finances. There's people now that are suffering from what COVID did. You had people that took their whole life savings to invest in a business, get their business going, and COVID hit. So that person's dreams was taken from them and they're broke. They don't know how they're going to pay their rent, keep everything going because they decided that they were going to step out on faith, start a business, and COVID hit. People done lost everything due to COVID. But you people rather talk about them and say, why did they want to start their own business? Instead of trying to help them. I didn't tell them to open their own business. That's their fault. I can't help it because COVID. You rather talk about them than to help them. This is April Showers. Thank you all for listening to me. Join me next Friday for Friday recap. We are going to have I Am Queen on the show. She's going to talk about her business and what she does. We want to bring to light all business owners and help them try to succeed in their businesses. So everybody have a great night. I'm going to go see who else is on YouTube. I try to support all of the YouTubers. I share their shows. Like I said, you got some good people out here that's doing some great positive things on YouTube. So I thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm going to start bringing people on the show like I had started and let them have the platform to talk about what they do. We want to help all YouTubers get to 1K and get their watch hours. We are trying to help small business people. Do not let your past define you. Every day, yeah. Well, see, together we break the chain. That's what I say. We have so many black people because they didn't grow up like some black people did, struggling every day, parents might have been drug addicts. They might have been being abused in the family. Because these things didn't happen to him. He has such a great life that he can't even relate to the average Black person, where we done set up and looked at what has destroyed the Black family. And the Black community. Everybody have a great night. Well, you can talk to him. So I'm pretty sure, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. You got some Black people that think they shit don't stink. They got it all together. And they ain't lived the lives of some of these people that had everything going on in their home. So everybody have a great night. April Showers, I'm out.